भीष्टं स्वामिरूपाकदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णविष्टाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी विचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पाञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कं करोति वाचालं भंगं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपं तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम् चैतन्येश्वरं परमानन्दमाधवम् Can you make me co-host, bro? I'm not able to share. So, last till which sloka we have covered?
Probably 10th.
10th हो गया क्या?
Probably 10 चालू करना.
अच्छा, ओके. उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि can repeat after me, otherwise. उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि
क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि
भुञ्जानान् वा गुणान्वितं
मुञ्जानानं गुणान्वितं
विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति
विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषा
उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि
क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि
जानान् वा गुणान्वितं
मुञ्जानान् वा गुणान्वितं
मूढानानुपश्यन्ति
मूढानानुपश्यन्ति
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषा
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषा
उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि
क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि
जानान् वा गुणान्वितं
मुञ्जानान् वा गुणान्वितं
विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति
विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषा.
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषा
Somebody can recite.
उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि
उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि
पुञ्जानां वा गुणान्वितं
जानान् वा गुणान्वितं
विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति
मूढानानुपश्यन्ति
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषा
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषा. And two more devotees.
उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि
उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि
ज्ञानं वा गुणान्वितं
विद्यानान् वा गुणान्वितं
विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति
मूढानानुपश्यन्ति
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषा. One more devotee. One more devotee.
क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि
उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि
ज्ञानं वा गुणान्वितं
भुञ्जानान् वा गुणान्वितं
विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति
विमूढानुपश्यन्ति
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः
पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You will read word to word meaning also. Utkramantam, quitting the body. Sthitam, situated in the body. Vapi, either. Bhunjanam, enjoying. Va, or guna anvitam, under the spell of modes of material nature. Vimura, foolish persons. Na, never. Anupashyanti, can see. Pashyanti, can see. Jnana chakshushaha, those who have eyes of the knowledge. Translation. The foolish cannot understand how a living entity can quit his body, nor can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of modes of nature. But one whose eyes are trained in knowledge can see all this. Vimura na anupashyanti, pashyanti jnana chakshusha. A foolish cannot understand this. No? How this body is given by material nature and taken back by material nature. Hmm? So how a foolish cannot understand how a living entity quit his body. You see, how many people are earning money, they are making bungalows and everything, but they doesn't know that one day material nature will kick us out. Whatever we have done, it will be finished, all material things. But only those who are well trained from Bhagavad Gita, then only they can understand. Okay. Purport, can somebody read?
The word Jnana Chakshu is very significant. Without knowledge, one cannot understand how a living entity leaves his present body, nor what form of body he is going to take in the next life, nor even why he is living in a particular type of body. This requires a great amount of knowledge understood from Bhagavad Gita and similar literatures heard from a bona fide spiritual master. One who is trained to perceive all these things is fortunate. Every living entity is quitting his body under certain circumstances. He is living under certain circumstances, and he is enjoying under circumstances under the spell of material nature. As a result, he is suffering different kinds of happiness and distress under the illusion of sense enjoyment. Persons who are everlastingly fooled by lust and desire lose all power to understand their change of body and their stay in a particular body. They cannot comprehend it. Those who have developed spiritual knowledge, however, can see that the spirit is different from the body and is changing its body and enjoying in different ways. A person is such in such knowledge can understand how the conditioned living entity is suffering in this material existence. Therefore, those who are highly developed in Krishna consciousness try their best to give this knowledge to the people in general, for their conditioned life is very much troublesome. They should come out of it and be Krishna conscious and liberate themselves to transfer to the spiritual world.
So, Jnana Chakshu is very significant. What is the meaning of Jnana Chakshu? Yeah, people, those who have learned Bhagavad Gita, they only can understand we are not this body, we are spirit soul. Those who did not read Bhagavad Gita or understood Bhagavad Gita, they are all seeing like cats and dogs only. There is no difference. Cat seeing, dog seeing, and human seeing. If there is no Bhagavad Gita training. Chakshusha, Jnana Chakshusha. Chakshusha means eyes. Jnana Chakshusha means the eyes which are trained with spiritual knowledge. Jnana Chakshusha. Chakshusha means eyes. The devotee, when he sees When you see a tree, what you will understand? Can someone tell? Can someone tell when a devotee sees a tree, what you will understand?
Hare Krishna. Tree is also like a part and parcel of the Lord, like same like human being and all living beings.
Okay. Atma is there in the tree. Okay. And what else? You can. Hmm?
Yeah. Again,
Huh?
Prabhuji, in the last life, uh, as per the karma of that living entity, he got the body of a tree.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. What else we can see? Jnana chakshusha.
be tolerant like a tree.
Be tolerant like a tree. Okay. Taro riva Srishna. Very good. Positively and negatively we can see. Positive thing for good examples. And negative, we have to see Nalukora Manigriva pastime also. Nalukora Manigriva are being cursed to become trees. Those who are too lusty, uncontrollable lust, then they become trees in their next life. But if you see the trees in Vrindavan, you cannot see like that. It is aparad. So you should know what is trained eyes. Well, what we see when we see trees in Vrindavan, how you will see? What you will understand?
These are sages.
Okay, these are different sages. Okay. These are kalpatarus, wish fulfilling desire trees. Each and every tree in Vrindavan is not an ordinary soul. Even the dog or pig in Vrindavan is not equivalent to the dog or pig in the material world. Even if you Bhauma Vrindavan, if you see, they have taken birth in, once Prabhupada was telling, if somebody is too lusty, then if he is a devotee, but if he is a too lusty, then he will become a monkey or pig, dog. So Prabhupada was telling, you will, eat the side canal mud of Vrindavan and you will get purified. Vrindavan, everything is pure. If some dog is dying with some disease in Vrindavan, you should not feel what kind of dog it is. It is suffering. Okay, but I am suffering more than that dog. That dog is so fortunate. It has taken birth in Vrindavan. Right? So, but in material world, no. So the difference is very important. When you see a grass, when you see a tulsi plant, what you will see? How do you respect same? No. You see Shaligram Shila, normal stone, would you see the same way? No. Our eyes should be trained, how to, treat different people in a different way, different living entities. So that is Jnana Chakshusha. Nowadays, this Jnana Chakshu is not given for the schools and college children. That's why अविद्या के कारण लोग सारा पाप करते हैं. Because of avidya, everybody is suffering. That is why Vedanta Sutra tells Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Jyoti means knowledge. Without knowledge, one cannot understand how a living entity is present in the body, not nor what form of body is going to take in the next life. If somebody asks you, Prabhu, what in next life, what I am going to be, in my life also, where I am going to be, we need to understand where we will go. If somebody asks you, Prabhu, in which level I am in Bhakti, we should know in which level am I. What is my Shraddha? What is his Shraddha? आदो श्रद्धा तथा साधु संग भजन क्रिया अनर्थ निवृत्ति निष्ठा रुचि आसक्ति भावान प्रेम. If somebody tells I am a devotee, bro, I am also devotee. हम भी भक्त हैं. So that is not sufficient. We should have knowledge to see different levels of people, different levels of devotees, everything. Jnana chakshus. Non-devotee karmi, he does not even understand basic knowledge that we are not this body, we are spirit soul. That jnana chakshu. How? Chakshudan dilode janme janme prabhu se divya nrudya prakashito. Somebody who got this knowledge, they are very grateful. यस्यास्ति भक्ति भगवती अकिंचन सर्वै गुणैस्तत्र समासते सुर हरावभक्तस्य कुतो मद्गुण मनोरथेन सतो भगति. So this all demigods qualities are present in the devotee, but who is non-devotee is completely different. You don't have eyes. He's a blind leading the blind. What a non-devotee can help to anyone? Can non-devotee can help anyone? Material help is no help. If somebody is begging, if he gives food, he is giving unoffered food. What is the use? Unoffered. If we give unoffered thing to a beggar, is it a help? No help, sir. So, jnana chakshusha, very well trained. If some woman is dying, will you help? As per our level. So the jnana chakshu is different, very different levels we have to understand. स्त्री को कभी मदद नहीं करना है. We feel lusty desires, like Hayati and Devyani. So very we think I am the doer, I am helping. So immediately lust will arise. So one should always be careful. Service means not so easy thing. So chakshudan diludi janme janme prabhusi divijnan yuti prakashito. A real spiritual knowledge if somebody has, he will surrender completely to the Guru. And janme janme prabhusi janmantar sak seva kare. So that knowledge, chakshudan, that knowledge, that's why Shiksha Guru means who gives Shiksha. Like Srila Prabhupada is a preeminent Shiksha Guru. For us. Nor even why he is living in that particular body. Somebody says, Prabhu, I'm so much suffering, please pray for me. We should pray. We should not be hard-hearted. Whenever we see somebody is suffering, we should pray to Krishna. Cannot help. What I can help? So one boy was telling, Prabhu, what is the use of chanting whole day, but somebody is suffering from hunger? Give some food to them. So non-devotees cannot understand what is Krishna consciousness. So because giving food is not important, chanting is very important. By chanting, so I told him, If beggar is suffering, why is suffering, you know? Because of bad karma. Can you take his bad karma and give your punya to him? A sadhu can do that. He can remove his pap karma also by making him chanting Hare Krishna. So Chakshudan Diludi. What he cannot understand, we can understand, like so what a devotee can understand. Well, of course, Vaishnava should never feel I am Vaishnava. We should not feel proud of it. But non-devotee Sangha we should not take. Asat Sangha Tyagat hi Vaishnavachar. Very innocent people we can preach, but those who are envious, you cannot preach. So, Prema Maitri Upeksha, what level we should deal is very important. This requires a great amount of knowledge understood from Bhagavad Gita. कोई भगवद गीता पढ़ के क्या फायदा है, क्या करेगा भगवद गीता पढ़ने के बाद? अरे भगवद गीता, after reading Bhagavad Gita, what will do? You have to do service to Guru and Krishna and Vaishnavas. You know, somebody who doesn't know what is after reading Bhagavad Gita, what I have to do? What Krishna is doing? He is doing service to Arjuna. Pure devotee will do render services. You know? Service, what is the meaning of chanting Hare Krishna? Oh Radharani, oh Krishna, please engage me in your service. After chanting, if you get service, don't do. That means he has no knowledge. What is the difference? One devotee was saying, oh, I don't do vessel washing, toilet cleaning. This is not, I'm not trained and all this thing. So I told, this is not toilet cleaning of a hotel or a vessel washing in the hotel. This is Supreme Lord's. Vessel washing here is a Golok of Vrindavan service, not some karmi service. Karmi, not karmi work. It is a transcendental thing, it is. Bhakti Shusha. It's not ordinary thing, it is transcendental. So we should understand like that. This requires a great amount of knowledge understood from Bhagavad Gita and similar literatures heard from a bona fide spiritual master. Once you read Bhagavad Gita, can you pour one in the river? How can we pour? It is a worshipable thing, river. Can you spit on a river? No. Everything is, no, we should respect. Even Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj was telling. Chakshudan means, though Jnana Chakshu, you cannot switch on even switch with your leg. You cannot kick the bucket with your leg. So much training is given. Everything is respectable in temple. So one who is trained to pursue all these things is fortunate. Fortunate. This will not come. One devotee was telling, Prabhu, I paid for my rent also, food also. Why I should give easy? You should have little bit gratitude to give help in preaching. If you don't give easy, then you don't have any gratitude only. He didn't understood anything. So ISKCON is not a free hotel. Did you pay for Bhagavad Gita classes? Did you pay for a preacher coming, going? Did you pay for preacher who is staying there? You cannot pay for everything. Can you pay for Bhagavad Gita classes? How much we can pay? So those who are eyes to see, they only can do services. Not everybody can do service. One new devotee and an experienced devotee offering bhoga. What is the difference? Experienced devotee knows. It is, I don't know, he's experienced. So many years. He's feeling happy to do service. Neophyte devotee, अरे भाई मेरे को ही दिया, उसका सेवा मेरे को क्यों दिया? No. So this is not a service chakshudan. Jnana chakshu nahi hai. So every living entity is quitting his body under certain circumstances. He is living under certain circumstances. He is enjoying under certain circumstances, under the spell of material nature. We know somebody who is not chanting, he is going to take birth again. How much percentage you will give to a person who is chanting, who is not chanting Hare Krishna? How much percentage chances are there he will take birth again? How much percentage? How much probability?
100%.
100% is going to take birth again in this material world. And if somebody is chanting some 8 rounds,
May get.
huh? Will he take birth again?
He may take.
Huh? What?
He may take, Prabhuji.
He will take birth. He is not yet fulfilled the order of spiritual master like Srila Prabhupada. He didn't become pure yet to go to spiritual world. He may land up, but he must take birth in 14 planetary systems. He cannot go to back to Godhead. Back to Godhead के लिए no offenses, not even offenses. If he has committed, he will not go back to Godhead unless he get pure sufficiently. Nam aparadhyukta nam, namabhas, shuddhanam. You should understand everything. Among devotees, non-devotee means guarantee no human body. If he has eaten chicken, non-veg, one person was telling, so chicken, if he eat chicken, we go to hell. I said, somebody said yes. If my mother eating, she will go to hell. If my father is eating, he will also go to hell. If my uncle is eating, he will also go to hell. The whole college people are eating, they all go to hell. Whole world is eating, whole world will go to hell. It's not like something, somebody will be escaped. So we need to be well trained. Non-devotee means gone case. You gone case. Like, when somebody kills a dog, some FIR will be done. Because they are not having jnana chakshu. They don't have understanding. Human body, no spiritual understanding. So they are like non-devotees are also like that only. They don't know who is God, what is Atma, what is Paramatma, what is not understanding soul is very important. More than that is also after soul we have to understand super soul also. Atma and Paramatma. We should realize both self-realization, soul realization and super soul realization. So, but sin is not so big thing. It can be removed very easily. But aparadhas are not removed easily. One minute. So rain is coming. There is a sound. Am I audible? So We have to understand everything very clearly. No? How material nature is punishing every jiva who is not practicing bhakti. She is not merciful. She punishes very severely. No mercy for material nature. Laws of nature are stringent laws. Stringent laws. He is enjoying under circumstances under the spell of material nature. So, as a result, he is suffering different kinds of happiness and distress under the illusion of sense enjoyment. What he is enjoying, sense enjoyment is not enjoying, he is going to suffer in the future. A thief know, did the thief know that I am going to suffer in the future?
Yes.
Then why is he does stealing? Then why thief does stealing?
Everyone thinks really that they can escape.
Huh?
They think that they can escape.
They think they can escape. Okay. 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 Once Radhanath Maharaj was telling offense means what? Knowingly doing offense, hurting others. He knows that he is hurted, and still will do. And if unknowingly you said that is sin. No? So this Krishna also gives. Does Krishna gives knowledge to thief how to steal? Huh?
Yes, the knowledge is of Krishna, but Krishna doesn't give the knowledge to do thievery. That
So Krishna will not give how to do thievery, knowledge to thief. Who is giving knowledge to cut a chicken? Who is giving knowledge to cut a chicken? Huh? Who? Yamaraj. Everything is given by Krishna only. Whatever he wants, Krishna will give. Ye tamam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyam. But Krishna is telling this is very sin. First time somebody is eating non-veg, he feels so bad. And second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, that reduces. And he neglects. Don't tell me all this nonsense. He neglect Paramatma and everything. Under the spell, under the illusion of sense enjoyment, he's thinking, I'm happy. Somebody rapes a woman. How much enjoyment he gets and how much suffering he gets. Police also make him suffer, and Yamaraj also after death he will give him suffering. No? But when dogs are doing rape, animals are doing rape, no sin. Because human body is given intelligence to understand. So we should understand. Persons who are everlastingly fooled by lust and desire lose all power to understand their change of body and their stay in particular type of body. Those who are lusty means what? They are identifying with body. I am this body, I should fulfill the desire of this body. Bodily consciousness is so much. And Rajogun, they want to achieve something to enjoy. with this body. But spiritual knowledge people, they use this body for spiritual knowledge cultivation, spiritual life purpose. They use this body. So for what purpose we use this body? Pen. Somebody uses it to write a love letter to girlfriend. Somebody writes Hare Krishna mantra. So it depends. Human body is like that. If you use it for good purpose, we will get good result. If you use it for bad purpose, suffer. It is like a junction, and two paths are there. One is good path, two paths. One it is upper planetary system, another is lower planetary system, and third path is Vaikuntha, spiritual world. So they cannot comprehend it. No, those who are non-devotee gains gone case, no spiritual knowledge. Those who have developed spiritual knowledge, however, can see the person, spirit is different from a body and is changing its body and enjoying in different ways. So when a dog sees a woman, it sees as a flesh body. But a man sees a woman, what he sees? Lusty, enjoyable object. When a devotee sees a woman, he sees Atma and Paramatma. She is a servant of Krishna. So different ways, people are seeing different way because of their knowledge. What knowledge do they have? And accordingly, they are seeing the world. When they see this world, wow, we can enjoy a lot, they think. A person in such a knowledge can understand how the conditioned living entity is suffering in this material knowledge, material existence. So those who have read Bhagavad Gita, got trained and clarified all doubts, they only can understand. Therefore, those who are highly developed in Krishna consciousness try their best to give their knowledge to the people in general. Now, that's why book distribution. Who can do book distribution? Those who have compassion. Paradukkera dukhi, parasukera sukhi. If a doctor is seeing beside a patient is suffering, he should help or not help? He should help or not help?
Help.
He should help. Similarly, if a devotee is seeing, so a non-devotee is suffering, he should help or not help?
Help.
If he doesn't like to take, Kripa, Maitri, Upeksha, based on the three things. If he is an envious person, Upeksha. If he is a non-envious, we can help him. If he is very favorable, then we can do Maitri. So that according to the level of the person. For conditioned life, life is very much troublesome. For their conditional life is very much troublesome. They should come out of it and Krishna conscious and be Krishna conscious and liberate themselves to transfer to the spiritual world. Without Krishna consciousness, can we transfer to spiritual world? No. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling, we do not realize at all that body from which we depart, within which we reside in the body, and residing there, how we enjoy pleasures. Person with no knowledge, vimudha, do not recognize when Jiva is leaving the body, residing in the body, or enjoying the present sense objects with the senses, gunavitam. But men of discrimination, jnana chakshus, observe this. When your parents leave the body, will you cry? Jnana chakshu. How you will do? Will you cry or not? You are having jnana chakshu, so ज्ञान चक्षु से जो ज्ञान चक्षु है वो व्यक्ति रोना चाहिए कि नहीं, मम्मी या पापा शरीर छोड़ने से?
नहीं प्रभु।
नहीं रोना है, नहीं रोना है। हाँ?
रो सकता है bro.
हाँ,
Can cry.
हाँ, he can cry. He will cry. Oh, mommy. Huh? What he should do? Devotee should do what? He will cry, mommy, where you left? You left me alone here.
You can cry, it's natural, but
Huh?
with understanding.
So we should cry like this. Oh, my mother, you left me alone. Where I will go now? Huh? Huh?
Not like this, but out of love.
What?
Not like this, but out of love you can cry. It's natural.
He will not get affected, but he knows that no, if parents have allowed their children to do bhakti, obviously they will get something good result. They have allowed their child to be a Krishna conscious. You know, my father left his body, and everybody was telling, you don't need to do Antin Sanskar because you are saffron. So I said, no, he has allowed me to do bhakti. He could have enjoyed the result of my salary or everything, you know. If one of his son becoming brahmachari means he sacrificed that sense gratification. He's allowing. He didn't stop me. He didn't keep obstacles for my bhakti. He is not able to understand, that's why he is suffering. But he is a good soul. He's allowed me to practice. Such a person is rare, no? But he's not a devotee. But we should respect. He has helped me in my bhakti. Should have gratitude. No? So, but we should not cry like a non-devotee. No. Anyway, he's not died. He's changing his body. But I am not able to, I cannot deal with him now. No more. I don't know in which body he may be there. I cannot serve him. That's why we may cry, and we should not be hard-hearted in front of everyone. I Krishna consciousness, I know the soul. I will not cry for him. No. So Chakshudam Dilovi, the Jnana Chakshusha is very important. Like how Krishna conscious devotee should behave. Okay. Yatanto yoginaschainam
यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं
पश्यन्ति आत्मनि अवस्थितः
पश्यन्ति
पश्यन्ति
आत्मनि
आत्मनि
अवस्थितं
अवस्थितं
यतन्तो अपि अकृतात्मनो
यतन्ति
यतन्तो
अपि
कृतात्मानो
Pratatmano
नैनं पश्यन्ति अचेतसः
नैनं
नैनं
पश्यन्ति
पश्यन्ति
अचेतसा
Yatanta endeavoring yogina transcendentalists cha also yenam this pashyanti can see atmani the self avasthitam is situated yatanta endeavoring api although akritatmana those without self realization na do not enam this pashyanti see achetasa having undeveloped minds. The endeavoring transcendentalists who are situated in the self-realization can see all this clearly. But those whose minds are not developed and who are not situated in self-realization cannot see what is taking place, though they may try. Those who don't have that jnana chakshu, they cannot, even if they try, they cannot understand. Yeah? So, this endeavoring transcendentalists who are situated can see all this clearly like transparent water. We should have complete faith that this person did not die, only he left this body. We should not have even 0.1% also doubt. Huh? So, but those whose minds are not developed, who are not situated in the, cannot see what is taking place. That's why they lament women are less intelligent, and that too no spiritual knowledge. To gun case, they think, he left me, he died, he died, he died. No. Purport. Can somebody read?
Purport. There are many transcendentalists on the path of spiritual self-realization, but one who is not situated in self-realization cannot see how things are changing in the body of the living entity. The word yogina is significant in this connection. In the present day, there are many so-called yogis, and there are many so-called association of yogis, but they are actually blind in the matter of self-realization. They are simply addicted to some sort of gymnastic exercise and are satisfied if the body is well built and healthy. They have no other information. They are called yatanto apya kritatmanaha. Even though they are endeavoring in a so called yoga system, they are not self realized. Such people cannot understand the process of transmigration of the soul. Only those who are actually in yoga system and have realized the self, the world, and the Supreme Lord, in other words, the Bhakti yogis, those engaged in the pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness, can understand how things are taking place.
So here, no, those who are on path of self-realization, no, and those who are not in the path of self-realization, especially those who they did not realize Atma Sakshatkar nahi hua, no, they didn't get self-realization, then they cannot see things are changing in the body of a living entity. How much you may try, all this liver, kidney, lungs, and heart, brain, this will not function for eternity. Only till then, when it becomes old, naturally some part will become weak and body has to die. No one can say that from last 200 years, 300 years, my body is not, collapsed. Everybody knows, but they doesn't know what happens after death. After death also, what will happen, we should know. Properly, we should know. Not only this till death, after death also we should know. And we should have faith on spiritual world. If somebody don't have faith on spiritual, maybe or may not be, no? Then he is not a devotee. The word yogina, yog means connection to Krishna. What is the meaning of yoga? Connection to Krishna. If there is no spiritual connection with Krishna, that is not called as yoga. Either Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, or Bhakti Yoga, all are connected to Krishna. If that is not connected to Krishna, that is not called as yoga. Nowadays, they use the word yoga, and the name of yoga means 99.99% people you think that bodily exercise is called yoga. Yoga means Krishna consciousness. You should be seeing the Krishna, super soul, not some gymnastic exercise. That is not yoga. Yoga is not meant to make body fit. That is not the purpose of yoga. That is a side benefit. The main yoga is to please Krishna. They are actually blind in the matter of self-realization. So-called yogis. क्या रविशंकर जो सिखा रहे हैं वो योगा है? हाँ, आप लोग भक्ति शास्त्री सीख रहे हैं, इसलिए मैं प्रश्न डायरेक्टली पूछ रहा हूँ. Is it a yoga? हाँ, रामदेव बाबा सिखा रहे तो वो योगा है.
No.
If they teach about super soul, that is yoga. If they don't teach about super soul, about Lord, connection, if that is not having that, whoever teaches, if there is no super soul connection, that is not called as yoga. You know, they are simply addicted to some sort of gymnastic exercise. And why they do exercise? To enjoy sex life nicely. Huh? And are satisfied with the body is well built and healthy. Body, gym, all gym tea, but yoga, very nice to make a body healthy body. They have no other information. They are called yatanto api akrutatmana. Even though they are endeavoring in so-called yoga system, they are not self-realized. Such people cannot understand the process of transmigration of the soul. Only those who are actually in yoga system, Krishna consciousness, only ISKCON is teaching the truth. Those who are actually in yoga system and they have realized the self, the world and the Supreme Lord and other worlds, Bhakti yogis. Bhakti yogi means he has under knowledge of soul also, he has knowledge of super soul also, and different kinds of yogas. Also he has Bhakti yoga means that is a topmost yoga. Okay. Yad adityagatam tejo
आदित्यगतं तेजो
jagadbhasete kilam
जगद्भाषयते अखिलम्
yachandramsi yachagno
यच्चन्द्रांसि यच्चग्नौ
tattejo viddhimamakam.
तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम्.
Can somebody read translation?
Translation. The splendor of the sun, which dissipates the darkness of this whole world, comes from me, and the splendor of the moon and the splendor of fire are also from me.
Why he is telling about sun and moon only? This is a completely dark world. Material world is dark. Only this lighted by two people, sun and moon. And these two are given by me only. Krishna is telling. Whole world is dependent on me. Krishna is telling. We should feel we are dependent on Krishna for everything. Okay. Can read purport.
Purport. The unintelligent cannot understand how things are taking place, but one can begin to be established in the knowledge by understanding what the Lord explains here. Everyone sees the sun, moon, fire, and electricity. One should simply try to understand that the splendor of the sun, the splendor of the moon, and the splendor of electricity or fire are coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In such a conception of life, the beginning of Krishna consciousness, lies a great deal of advancement for the conditioned soul in the material world. The living entities are essentially the part and parcels of the Supreme Lord, and he is giving herewith the hint how they can come back to Godhead, back to home.
So here this is a small hint. Unintelligent people we should make intelligent. How? By telling how Krishna is helping us in everything. People tell, I don't have time, I don't have time. Slowly we should bring to that level. That is intelligence. We should make unintelligent into intelligent. How we can make them to devotee? Slowly, not abruptly. So that's how the goal is. When they understand I am dependent on Krishna, Krishna has given me the eyes to see, the nose to smell, mouth to eat, ears to hear, brain to understand, this body, hands to work, legs to walk. Everything is given by Krishna. And if I did tell I don't have time, that means I am not intelligent. So that is how we can take them back to Godhead. Those who understand that 100% Krishna is helping me. Some people think, oh, 1% my endeavor. Our free will is very, very small fragment. But everything we just desire. That's it. Everything is given by Krishna. Read.
From this verse, we can understand that the sun is illuminating the whole universe. There are different universes and there are different suns, moons, and planets also. But in each universe, there is only one sun. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 10.21, the moon is one of the stars. Nakshatranam aham sashi. Sunlight is due to the spiritual effulgence in the spiritual sky of the Supreme Lord. With the rise of the sun, the activities of human beings are set up. They set fire to prepare their foodstuff. They set fire to start the factories, etc. So many things are done with the help of fire. Therefore, sunrise, fire, and moonlight are so pleasing to the living entities. Without their help, no living entity can live. So, if one can understand that the light and splendor of the sun, the moon, and the fire are emanating from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, then once Krishna consciousness will begin. By the moonshine, all the vegetables are nourished. The moonshine is so pleasing that people can easily understand that they are living by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Without his mercy, there cannot be sun. Without his mercy, there cannot be moon. And without his mercy, there cannot be fire. And without the help of sun, moon, and fire, no one can live. There are some thoughts. These are some thoughts to provoke Krishna consciousness in the conditioned soul.
How to make conditions on Krishna conscious? These are the steps Prabhupada is teaching. See, if you want to work in the factory, you need electricity. Even if somebody says, we will work in the night. Okay, sir, but this bulb is giving light because of only sun. Otherwise, you cannot get bulb also to light. So everything is given by Krishna. If the sun rises, everybody goes to office. If sun sets, everybody goes back to home for rest. And moon, what is the moon? Somebody may say, only ISKCON devotees knows that, because Prabhupada has written here. The moon is the one which is going to give the taste in the vegetables. The moonshine. By moonshine, all the vegetables are nourished. The taste of the vegetables is coming from the moon. Very few people, fruits, flowers, and all these things, they get their scent, everything from the moon. The moonshine is so pleasing that people can easily understand that they are living by the mercy of the Supreme Personality. So whatever we get, we should be grateful to that person who is giving. Gratitude. He is giving us freely. If I am not grateful, I am a great fool. Krishna is giving me sun, moon, everything, but still I am not understanding. So I am a fool. So that is how we need to. So we will read this verse and then Gamavasya cha bhutani dharayami aham ojasa
Dharayami aham ojasa
Pushnami chaushadi sarva
Pushnami chausadi sarva
Somu bhutva rasatmaka.
Soma Satmaka.
If somebody can read translation.
I enter into each planet and my energy they set in orbit. I become the moon and thereby supply the juice of life to all vegetables.
So Krishna is the one who is entering in the planet and making it rotate in the particular orbit. Particular orbit, by Krishna's energy, it is balanced. Can you make the one cricket ball float on football? Any ball, can you make it float? How much energy it takes? But Krishna is maintaining by his energy. So I am the moon, thereby supply the juice of all vegetables. Each and every planet has the particular purpose. There is nothing you waste in this material world or spiritual world. Everything has purpose. Okay, read this purpose.
It is understood that all the planets are floating in the air only by the energy of the Lord. The Lord enters in every atom, every planet, and every living being. That is discussed in the Brahma Samhita. It is said there that one plenary portion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Paramatma, enters into the planets, universe, the living entity, and even into the atom. So due to his entrance, everything is appropriately manifested. When the spirit soul is there, a living man can float on the water, but when the living spark is out of the body and the body is dead, the body sinks. Of course, when it is decomposed, it floats just like straw and other things, but as soon as the man is dead, he at once sinks in the water. Similarly, all these planets are floating in space, and this is due to the entrance of the supreme energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His energy is sustaining each planet just like a handful of dust. If someone holds a handful of dust, there is no possibility of the dust falling. But
What
if
happened?
one throws it in the air, it will fall down.
If someone holds a handful of dust, there is no possibility of dust falling. But if one throws it in the air, it will fall down. Similarly, these planets which are floating in the air are actually held in the fist of the universal form of the Supreme Lord. See, all these planets are, how he is handling these universes? In the universal form of the Lord. He is holding through his energy. By his strength and energy, all moving, non-moving things stay in their place. By universal form. It is said in the Vedic hymns that because the Supreme Personality of Godhead sun is shining and planets are steadily moving, were it not for him, all the planets would scatter. If you see, like, money, our pearls are strung on the thread. If thread is removed, everything will go astray. If Krishna is removed, everything will collapse. And steadily moving, were it not for him, all the planets would scatter like dust in the air and perish. Similarly, it is due to the Supreme Personality of Godhead that moon nourishes all vegetables. Due to moon's influence, the vegetable becomes delicious. Only ISKCON devotees know. Prabhupada tells this. Without moonshine, the vegetables can neither grow nor taste sufficient. Human society is working, living comfortably and enjoying food due to supply from the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, mankind could not survive. The Rasatmakaha is very significant. Everything becomes palatable by the agency of the Supreme Lord through the influence of moon. Okay, any doubts? So we have covered till 13th verse. From 14th, we will start tomorrow. Any questions? No questions? Okay, try to, in our voices, we train boys to by heart this entire 15 chapter shlokas. Every shloka is very powerful shloka. Purushottam Yog, Purushottam Mas. This Purushottam Mas, if you recite this every day 15 chapter, this Sanskrit name for this 15 chapter is Purushottam Yog. English name? What is the meaning of what is the name of this 15 chapter? Yoga of Supreme Person. So this 15 chapter in this month, Purushottam month, we should recite the everyday slokas of this 15 chapter. Bhakti Ashweshnu Maharaj and many Maharajas from Vrindavan, others, they recite every day. In the morning program only they recite the verses, 15 chapter verses. Every day they recite. Okay, so try to understand these shlokas. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.